straight facts. No cap, kiss by the time. Believe that. Subscribe, comment to the whole world. Believe that. Straight facts. Follow her. No cap. Believe that. No cap. No cap.
What up, Cappers and non-Cappers? I'm about to go into a couple of prior events before all of this before the shooting of King Von at the lounge that night. Now I got a lot of tweets up and messages. I'm not gonna read them all. I'm gonna read a couple for y'all. I'm just gonna give y'all a warning now. If you're a Jania fan, don't get offended. I'm just shooting out some facts, okay? I do feel like this was a hit. I really do. The beef was really between NBA and now Quando. What did Quando have to do with this? And then Jania said, what did she have to do with this? Well, Jania had a lot to do with this, but she says don't add or mention her name. Jania, I'm about to get into adding your name and mention your name for a lot of reasons right now. I really, really am. Because this was ridiculous. You had a lot to do. You was messing with King Von and Youngboy at the same time. You was. Here go a couple of things. Von said, I'll post some stuff on this B that'll make motherfuckers cry and start claiming their kids and all type of stuff. Okay? And then Jania was like, if you was messing with somebody else, you should have just said that in the first place. Okay? And then she put, honestly, if you still stuck on someone, why waste my time? Okay? Jania was in her feelings about a lot of stuff. All right? And then she was like, one day she put, because this is not the day. Then she put, I'll never get over Vaughn starting his song out saying, every time I see you, I get a bad vibe. Basically saying that King Von must have let her know that he over Asian. You know what I'm saying? So she was going back and forth with Youngboy and he was going back and forth with Asian. So I guess they had that in common or whatnot. All right, so he basically like, well, if you really stuck on her like that, why you wasting my time? And I guess why King Von was going back and forth, that made her go back and forth with YB. And YB always wanted to be number one. Y'all already know that. He want to be number one. He want to be the only one. So then when the whole song thing started out, when they started making the song beefs, I think Youngboy got a little bit more in his feelings. Von said, he was like, no, I'm just playing. I ain't on that. But he was like, that song that you and YB made was weak, for real. And then he was like, him and the song that him and Jania did, that was fire and it was better. And the cover was hard or whatever. So it was just a lot of things going back and forth before. That's why academics asked him, you got any beef with Youngboy? And it got something to do with the female. Bond said, no, I ain't got no beef with nobody. Okay. And as far as females, he's like, you know how females will go between two dudes and make it seem more than, more to one dude than it is what it really is. Just trying to make somebody jealous. I think that's exactly what Jania did. I think she went back and forth. Look, right here, this was a clip where Bond went to go see Jania at the club. Look, this was like 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago. So yeah, he knew that she was messing with Youngboy back and forth, but everybody know that Youngboy got other women too. And Jania knows that. Jania felt like, Youngboy really ain't putting me on the pedestal. I need to be the only woman. So I'm going to let him know and I'm going to run around with who I want to. And Youngboy want all his women on the leash and he couldn't hold Jania on the leash. So that's when she went back and forth with King Von. Asian was trying to really be there with King Von, but she got tired of him like going back and forth playing these games. I feel like both of them was tired of him going back and forth and playing games or whatever. But Jania just made it more. Like when she went over Youngboy house, she probably was like, yeah, that's why I just went to go see Von and all this. You can't rub that into another man's face. You cannot do that. And then Von, he climbing up the charts too. He making just as much noise as Youngboy. He coming out like that. Nah, men got an ego. Youngboy got an ego. He want to be on top of everything. And y'all know every time something go down with Young Boy, somebody get killed. My husband wanted me to say allegedly. Allegedly, everybody gets killed. T Grizzly aunt got killed. When Boulevard Quick said something about Young Boy mother, allegedly he got killed. When G had got into, when him and Young Boy got into it over his sister T Lee, allegedly G got killed by somebody in Young Boy's entourage. It's always somebody getting killed allegedly by Young Boy's entourage. Like every time. Like it's sickening and it needs to stop. And for Jania up here talk about she ain't got nothing to do with it, you had everything to do with this, honey. And then my thing, what I was mad about, you didn't even say R.I.P. I had a 1 second clip up and took it off, like you wasn't subtweeting him, like he wasn't in your call log, like you wasn't calling him on the phone, texting him, like he wasn't coming to the club to come see you. But you had a T-shirt of your friend, Furley friend up. He died a week before Von did. You got his T-shirt on, R.I.P. But you ain't barely saying nothing about, my condolences, R.I.P., rest up, Von, or nothing. That's what I think is shady about Jania. And then, y'all, she about to do another hosting out in Ohio. She getting ready to do a hosting out in Ohio. Anyway, let's get back to the Young Boy. Him and Young Boy really had the beef. Where did Quando come in this at? Quando had a issue. Okay, Young Boy had a beef with somebody before, and Quando jumped in it. He always jumping into something. Now, I'm going to say this. Allegedly, I think that Young Boy and Von had a beef. It was getting more. Jania was instigating stuff that she shouldn't have been instigating. Quando Rondo jumped into that beef and was like, I handle that. Blah, blah, blase, blase. Young Boy already know Quando Rondo songs ain't selling like that. So, here go a little cash. People get money put on their heads all the time. And I think Quando Rondo and his crew took that money. And y'all staged it like it was a fight. And it really wasn't a fight. Y'all already set that man up to be killed. And I think that's what happened. Rest of King Von. Our love, Kappas. We out. I'm tired of Young Boy. I really am.